So we thought very long and hard about using reusable nappies, and in the first months of having the girls, we actually decided against it just because they were using so many nappies, and there was obviously a lot of other things that were going on at that time, and we didn't think that they would work particularly for us. And then when the girls hit about 11 months, we got contacted by Bambino Mayo, and they gifted us 4 of their nappies as part of a collaboration to do with Aldi, and I started using the 4, and I really liked them. So when Aldi dropped the nappies, we actually went and purchased them. We got 10 nappies each for each girls, but bear in mind they were actually 11 months at this time, so we weren't changing the nappies as much as we used to when they were newborns. But that's not to say that you can't use them when they're newborns. The ones that we went for were these ones, and these are the, I think they're called like Mayo Solo ones, so they're an all-in-one nappy. You can get some nappies from this company and other companies where you like roll a towel inside, but this one is already all built in. So I'll show you what this sort of looks like. So you open it up and it just looks like a normal nappy. There is sort of like a hole at the back, which has the pad in it, so it's just like this. So when you get it out of the washing machine, which I'll go through all the steps in a moment, it comes like this. So to actually put your nappy back together, it has a little pocket here. You just pop your hand in, and then you just push it down and slide it in, and then it always ends up a little bit like this, and you just push that bit in, and then it's got a nice little soft bit so it doesn't irritate the back, like so. The nappies also come with, if you can see on here, it's a bit hard with the colour, lots of different poppers, so you can make them smaller depending on your baby. We've always used it in the biggest option, just because that's what size the girls were when they had them, but you can make them really short at the front if you've got a newborn baby, and these should take you up to, I believe, up to potty training, and then they do like a type of potty training nappy pant type thing as well, which we did actually use those with Lucas, so they were really handy. They didn't get as wet when they were weeing, so that is them. So when you've had it on your baby and it comes to washing, you open it up. So when you've made your nappy like so, the next thing you will be needing are these. So these are made out of bamboo, and these are liners, and you just pull one off. I think there's about 150 liners, and these cost around about £5, depending on what supermarket and places you are buying them from. I started going to one of those unwrapped stores, so where you get all the things out of the containers, and they also sell them there as well. So you basically pull one off, they come like this, and you just place this inside of your nappy like so, and then you put that on your baby and wrap it all on, and it's on your baby. I have found with these nappies, if we was using a non-reusable nappy, we could normally get around about 3 or 4 hours potentially out of the girls. That sounds disgusting, doesn't it? But yeah, this because of the absorbency. I do find these a little bit less absorbent, so we are changing them roughly every 2 hours in these, because if we leave it any longer, we do tend to get a little bit of leakage around the sides. But every 2 hours they stay perfectly dry and fine. When it comes to changing them, you basically open it up. This is what you're going to be taking out. Now it does say on the packaging that this can be toilet flushed, but having to speak to a lot of people, don't do that, because it still just gets stuck in waste, and there's been a lot of problems I've heard that they can block pipes and things like that. So all we do is we take it out. If it is soiled, then you just basically shake it into the toilet, and anything else that's left on that, it then just goes in the bin for us. If it is just a urine stained one, I do sometimes just leave them in, because I can sometimes get 2 or 3 washes out of these and they still work. So I don't always just throw them away. I only tend to throw the ones that have feces on there. But yeah, if you've got it in, so you just take it out like that, and then wipe and clean the baby, and then that goes into a bucket. Now again, you can just buy the bucket that Bambino sell, but I actually bought a brewer's bucket. It does need to be a sealed bucket because the smell is disgusting, and you also dry pail these. Some nappies I think you have to like soak in water and things like that, but these ones you just chuck in the bucket, and then every night we do wash them. I know some people leave them a lot longer than that, but I found that the smell of ammonia from them, I just couldn't cope with it. So yeah, basically we take them out every single night, put them in the washing machine, and then put them out to dry. It does recommend that you don't put them in the dryer. What I've been tending to do is put them on the radiators overnight, and then if they're still slightly a little bit damp, especially in the summer months, if they've been like on the radiators overnight, I do just put them in the dryer for like 10-15 minutes just to get them all nice and fluffy again. When I'm talking about a brewer's bucket, this is mine. I got mine from Wilko's. I think it cost me about £8 or £10. Yeah, and it's just sealed. I'm not going to open that up because it has, as you can see, some of my beautiful nappies in there. When you are putting them in, so you do get, like, if you can see on here, so you can make them smaller because it's got this bit on here, so this can go anywhere right up to the middle point. But it also has another section here. You need to make sure you fold these when you're washing them because it does affect the Velcro if not. So put it like that, and then you pop it in the washing machine. I've been using, because I use like an eco egg washer detergent type thing, so I just put my eco egg in as usual, and then I have been using Nappy San. Again, Bambina and Mayo do their own version of this. It's basically like it kills germs and removes stains and it whitens like nappies and things like that, but this is just a lot cheaper. So we've been getting this from Wilko's and it's £3, and I also like the fact that it's in a cardboard box because the other one is in a big plastic tub. So yeah, we've been using that in with the normal detergent. They recommend that you don't use conditioner because I think the conditioner affects the pad, it makes it too soft or less absorbent or something like that. So yeah, so just use your washing detergent and the Nappy San as well. So when we originally started with the nappies, we actually remained on continuing to use normal disposable baby wipes, just because we found it quite difficult and I couldn't get my head around using reusable wipes, but then we have slowly moved on to them. There are still times if we are out in the day, if we're going to be out for a long period of time, we won't use the reusable nappies or wipes just because of the convenience of them. I don't want to be carrying around like bags and bags. Bear in mind we have 2 children, so we could have up to like 8 to 10 dirty nappies and a bag of wipes with this. We will just still use like biodegradable disposable nappies, and overnight we are continuing to use the I can't even speak. We would continue to use the disposable nappies as well because we find that these leak, but I have just been sent like an extra booster pad to go in there, so I haven't given those a go yet, but you might want to try overnight if you use a booster pad in there, which will obviously help absorbency. But yeah, at the moment we are just going to be sticking to using the disposable ones overnight. After we started using the nappies, I actually then moved on to using baby wipes, making our own baby wipes as well. I didn't think again that would be easy, but once you get into the hang of it, it is quite easy as well. We've got 2 types of wipes, so we use orange, we've actually got some yellow ones as well. So we use orange and yellow for bums, and then we use blue and pink for faces, just so we know that they are different. You need a big tub, I use this or like a glass jar. I tend to fill it up to about halfway in the morning, and then I use my essential oils. I use 2 parts lemon for antibacterial purposes and 3 parts lavender just for the smell and the comfort on the bottom in there. Then I open the tub up once you've got all your water in, and then you just start filling it. So you soak it until your wipes are full to the top, and then I take them all out, give them a good squeeze, tip the remaining water out, and then put them back in and then put your lid on. I normally make up about 10 to 15 per day, and they tend to last us all day. I do find with these wipes, rather than using the reusable, one wipe goes a lot further. Like you can pull in packets out, can't you, and wipe in a bum, whereas because it's a cloth, you can get a really good wipe. And then what I have got is one of these. So this remains in our bucket with the nappies. But I just open it up, and when I've cleaned the baby, I just put it in and zip it. And then with the nappies on an evening, I just chuck that in with all the wipes in as well. Just keeps all the wipes together rather than them all over the place and having to sort them. I just found that really easy, and it was somewhere just to put them. If we are out and about, we have a smaller version of this, just like a little one with the little click clack, whatever they're called, click and clack sealed lids, and then we take these little bags out with us, so anything that is being reused you just put in. This is like a waxed fill bag. I have also got one from Bambina Mayo, but it's actually in the girls' room and they're sleeping, so I'm not going to go and get that, but it's a bigger one that we put the nappies in, because this doesn't hold the nappies, but we've got one for wipes and then one for the nappies as well. So yeah, we just take them out in that. I did used to take the wet wipes out in one and then put the dirty ones in another one, but I just found they kept a lot sort of wetter if you kept them in a tub. So we started taking a little tub out, and then yeah, when we're finished we just put the wet ones in there, easy as just what you normally would do. And then that's it, guys. There isn't anything else really to tell you. If you've got any more questions, you can always DM me if I've missed something off, but I think that is the process of what I do with the nappies. It's not rocket science. I think it's quite hard when you start thinking about it at first, but it is much easier. It's just getting into that routine of washing, because again, if the girls are particularly ill or something like that, like they have been in the last couple of weeks, and they've had like loose diarrhea or anything like that, I don't tend to use them just because I can't keep on top of the washing and they stain them as well. But on a day-to-day use, I find them really, really useful, and they save us a hell of a lot of money, because we were getting through, I think it was costing roughly about £100 for us to keep on top of nappies for the girls, particularly in the younger days, whereas obviously we've just forked out for these. These originally cost me, I think, about £150 for the 20. When they was in Aldi, I paid £9 a nappy, and then I've been gifted these additional 4, and I was gifted 4 originally as well, just for clarifications as well, but I have purchased extra myself just to make sure we can use them. I would say on average you're going to need roughly around 10 per baby, just to keep a couple while you're washing and drying, to keep the process. I think if you go too small, you're going to get yourself in a bit of a tiz, so I would definitely recommend roughly around 10 per baby. You might need more if you're a newborn, but we, like I said, we use these from being 11 months old. So yeah, so that is it. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to direct message me over on Instagram. I'm Bailey and the Babies. Yes, I hope you enjoyed it, so thanks a lot. See you later.